Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abon. Welcome back to Local to Global with KV MECHELEN on FM22. It is a brand new season, and today we have our first league game of the 2026-27 season. We are away against Kortrijk. Been a bit of squad upheaval. There's been quite a few sales because we were in real financial trouble over the summer. We had to sell to buy, so quite a few players have gone. We've bought some players in on the cheap, freeze, loans. As always, if you're enjoying the series, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Let's jump into it. Let's see who we brought in, who we sold, and let's get off to a good start this season. So last season did end with a bit of a whimper. Of course, we had the heavy 7-0 defeat from Genk, which I'm still not sure if that's our heaviest defeat we've ever had on the channel. Definitely up there. But we never really recovered from that, and it wasn't until our final game away against Lemel that we actually picked up a win. So not a great end to the season, but we did get into the European playoffs. We got 7th place in the end, so not too bad. We did extend our contract for another season, so we've got one more year with Mechelen to see if we can get that finish again, maybe get them into Europe, but it's going to be a tall order, especially considering the financial trouble that the club has been in. We've kind of gotten them out of it with like sales, but it's kind of come at the detriment of, selling off quite a few players. We signed our contracts and the board gave us zero transfer budget and a wage budget that we were already overspending on. So we had to sell players to get the wage budget into the positives, and we've just about managed to do that. So let's see who's left. Van den Branden left at the end of his contract. He's gone to Winkelsport. He was never really going to be a starting player for us, very much a backup centre-back, and even when he did play, he wasn't great. He did feature in that 7-0 loss. So in January, we sold Denzel Hall and Rabti for a combined £2 million. Asaro went on loan and Mavinga also went on loan. Cyril Ngonge is a winger and he's gone to Châteauroux for a free transfer. And then we get into the sales. First of which, William Togi. He said he wanted to leave the club because he wanted a new challenge. He has been at Mechelen since 2018, so I thought it was fair to give him that. And he's 29 years old. He's gone to Sochaux in France and we got £600,000 for him, which I think is a pretty good sum of money for him. He was alright last season, got 5 goals and 3 assists, pretty average rating, but he's gone to France. Alexander Stanic has left the club, centre forward that really didn't feature too much last season, and in the first sort of half season we played, didn't do amazingly. He got 9 goals in 2 seasons and never really got into the first team, never really started many games in that full season we had. And he's gone to Turkey, to Fatih Karagümrük, ironically, the first team we managed on our last Journeyman on the channel. Amadou Traoré has also left the club. He's gone to Ferro Constanța in Romania. We got £1.9 million for him, which I think is a pretty good sum of money. And again, he was pretty good last season, 3 goals, 5 assists, average rating is 6.90. I think to get not quite £2 million for him, I'm pretty happy with that. But again, you can see his value there is quite a bit higher, so we maybe could have got more, but he wouldn't really settle for any more than that, and it was difficult to push them up to 1.9 million. Dekasar has also gone on loan again to Trenčín, our affiliate club in Slovakia. So yeah, some notable departures there, but we had to sell those players to get that wage budget into the positive, and that was allowing us to actually buy players and renew contracts. Because we were overspending on wages already, we couldn't negotiate any contracts because the board just wouldn't allow us to offer deals that players wanted. Like, players would want like £4,000 a week and the board would be like, no, you're ever spending on wages, you can pay him £900 a week and that's it. Thankfully, we've managed to sort that out. So on to the players that we have brought in. Let's start with Amika Agu. Now you might think, this player does not look good, why have you bought him? This player was 3rd on the next gen list, which is a list of all the very best players in world football age 19 and under. Basically a list of wonder kids. And this guy was 3rd on the list and he was playing for a Spanish youth team on a non-contract. He was a free transfer. I hadn't seen his attributes. He was 3rd on the next gen list. So my thought was this player must be pretty good. Turns out he's very determined and he's a bit quick. And that's pretty much it. So I feel a little bit scammed by that. We have gone back to Atalanta, our senior affiliate, for a couple of loans. This is Matteo Buono. He's a 19-year-old centre mid. He's going to be our Metzala this season. I mean, Essehel's gone back to Warsland, so we don't have him this year. Bruno's basically going to be his replacement, going to play alongside Van den Eyden as that midfield duo. We also got Vitor Zonio from Atalanta. He's a left-sided player, can also play as a centre attacking midfielder. Very good passer of the ball, great technique, really good decision making. Like the look of this guy. He's only 19, and advanced playmaker on the left is something that could work. We have some options out there. Basilio can play further forward. Nicholas Storm is still here. We have Zonio, and he could even play in the middle or maybe up front. His finishing's 11, which isn't great, but yeah, there's a few options here that we can maybe use for Zonio. There's a few different things we could do with him. Denzel Owusu has joined the club. He's a free agent after being released by Go Ahead Eagles in the Netherlands. He's a centre defender, 14 heading, marking and tackling is good. We don't have Luca Bellato. We tried to reloan him from Atalanta, but he turned down the loan move multiple times. So I think unless we improve the squad, he's not going to join us again. So we don't have him. Owusu's come in. Him, Botnovic and Nost are going to be our three sort of key centre-backs. We'll try and get one more in if we can, but we are kind of running tight on money and time. Lastly, for now, Daniel Boukers is a Dutch right back. He's coming from AZ Alkmaar. He looks okay. Marking and tackling the 12 isn't too bad. Some decent physicals in there. Very cheap, just £8,000, so not a lot of money at all. Practically a free agent, just very small sum of money. He's just going to be a backup to Sandy Walsh. That is it for now, but we are looking to get some other players in. We're still trying to loan Luca Bellato from Atalanta, but he keeps turning it down. And Emil Holm is hopefully going to be joining us. He's a right back who is a bit better, so he will basically be second choice. And then Boukers will refer to becoming like a fringe player. So that's what we're looking at the moment. We do have some wage budget available. We have 42k in the transfer budget. So there's probably the opportunity to try and get other players in. We definitely need a right-sided player because we've sold Traore and Togi this season. The only right-sided player we really have is our 16-year-old Felicien Denis, who is already 3.5 stars. I'm so excited to see what this player turns into. I've actually signed him onto a new deal as well, because he was on a new contract when he turned 16, £300 a week, just a 5 million release clause. And he's since then signed another new deal. So his release clause is now up to £31.5 million, and he's earning £550 a week. But at least we've actually got rid of that 5 million release clause, and we've like increased it sixfold. So unless we get relegated, he's not going for any less than £31 million. So yeah, it's not been a great transfer window because we just don't have money. We're still over £2 million in debt, and that's going to tumble again throughout the season and jump down to probably being at least 10 million. So, you know, you just don't make money in Belgium unless you win the league or unless you qualify for Europe. You just don't make money. Which is why we're only doing one more season here. I did want to try and stay a bit longer than we have done with our past two clubs. But yeah, I don't plan on staying in Belgium after this season. Like I said last video, I'm confident we can manage a side next that's in one of those very top leagues like Spain, France, Germany, Italy. I think we can get a top tier side in a major league. With all the transfer stuff out of the way, Kortrijk's our first game. We'll see if we can get off to a winning start. Now, I have gone ahead and picked the team ahead of time, and you will notice we are playing Johnson as a pressing forward. He's only 6'2", and while his jumping, reach and heading are both 14, there's going to be some centre backs which are taller than him and do have maybe better jumping, reach and heading. So I've decided to turn him into a pressing forward. Doesn't need as much technically. His finishing is only 12, which again isn't great. So we're hopefully going to see some more output from Johnson. He got 5 goals last year in the league, which wasn't great. It took a long while to get going. So pressing forward may be better. I think, you know, we've got, like I said, we've got good personnel up top with Johnson and Schweier. We just need to try and make the system work for them. Denny starts at right wing. Basilio plays at left wing. Bueno is alongside Van den Eyden. Van der Berg still with us. He's going to play defensive midfield. Konatar, Botnovic, Nosta and Walsh the back four. Rodi de Boer in goal. Owusu's on the bench. He could possibly make his debut. Zonio also. Haas, the teenagers on the bench. Scholstad's here with us. And he was homesick. Even though he's been with us since 2021, he was missing home. You've been in the country for 5 years. Like, what's going on? We did transfer list him originally. Then we sent him on a 1-month leave of absence to go back to Norway. He's come back and he is now happy. Let's see if we can get off to a good start. We're going to start unbalanced with the game. Let's see if we can get some points on the board from the word go. Oh, Bueno might be through here. Oh, it was a good block in the end. But Bueno with a chance there to score within, 30 seconds of the game. That could have been a great start to the season, let alone the match. We're coming forward again here. Still a chance to maybe score within a minute here. Basilio's got the ball. Konatar's there on the underlap, and he's got it. Basilio with the ball back again. Konatar, Van den Eyden, Gudjohnsen. Is this going to be an early goal? Good save by the keeper. But what a start. A minute in, and we've had a major chance there. Walsh with a sliding tackle and wins the ball. And here is Denny to Van den Eyden. Backwards to Mats Noster, the centre-back. Walsh looking to come forward now. Goes over the top. And he finds Van den Eyden, the centre mid. Goes for goal and it smashes the woodwork. Don't remember where Kortrijk finished last season. But we're away. It's the first game of this season. If we avoid defeat here, I'll be happy with that. If we win, even better. Goalkeeper Guidotti with the ball. Sends it long. And Van der Berg comfortably wins their header. Here's Denny. Can the 16-year-old burst onto the scene? He hasn't had an attacking return yet, I don't think. But still got plenty of time. We just need to give him the minutes at the moment. And if he can play a good number of minutes and get good match ratings, then he should be improving all the time. And we're keeping the ball well at the moment. We've had a couple of chances. It's been a good first quarter of the match. That should find a good Johnson. Here's Bueno. And the Loney goes for goal when it blazes over. Right, I'm going to go positive because I've been really pleased with how we played so far. And Kortrijk really haven't offered too much. 29 minutes, we have a corner. It's Van der Berg. And that is going to go to Walsh, but it's headed away. Here's Felicien Denis. Here's Basilio. And Basilio goes for goal just wide. It was on the left foot. But yeah, we've been far and away the better team here. We're just missing that goal. 10 minutes left of the first half. Botanovic over the top. Doesn't find a white shirt. But that's a terrible header by Obradovic. And Basilio with a goal, but it's a poor effort. Van den Eyden to Van der Berg. Here's Denis. He's carrying the ball well here. That's a good cross. Gudjohnsen header. Oh, just over again. God, I'm a bit annoyed we haven't scored in this first half. Because we've been playing pretty well. Half time, 0-0, but we dominated that first half. 13 shots, 4 on target, 58% possession. I didn't think we'd be winning the possession game in this one, but do you know what? If we just keep doing what we're doing, I'm sure we can find that goal. Van der Berg is on a 6.4. I'm going to put him back to being a ball winner because he did play there sort of the second half of last season, although there was a bit of a bad link between him and Van den Eyden, but that's all right. We're going to go into the second half. I think it's just a matter of time before we score because Kortrijk have offered nothing in this game. They've had one shot. We've had a few shots on target. We've been good with our chances. Here's Denny. It's Van den Eyden, and that's taken a deflection. It's Gudjohnsen now, and it's a good turn, and it's an effort, and it's in! It rolls along the goal line and crawls over, and Gudjohnsen gets the first goal of the season 3 minutes into the second half. It's been coming. We've had a dominant first 45 minutes, and Felicien Denis involved in the goal as well. Van den Eyden's sort of cross was blocked. Gudjohnsen wins the ball, turns and strikes, and it rolls across the line very, very slowly. 3 minutes in, it's 1-0, and hopefully we can kick on and win this first game of the season. Van der Berg with a corner, 56th minute. Gudjohnsen with a header. Basilio, but it's just a bit too tight of an angle for him to find the net. It came in off the post. It was a bit of a tight one, that one. I think he can't be too hard done by for missing that. Another corner here, Van der Berg. These set pieces are going well. Is that going to be a penalty? Botanovic was shoved. VAR is going to check it and probably give it. They very rarely don't give these. It's a penalty to Mechelen. On the hour, who's taking this? It is Gudjohnsen. Chance to double the lead and his goal tally. And it's a good penalty, and it's 2-0. Really good game, this one, for us. Kortrijk have been very, very poor. And Gudjohnsen has both goals. Good for him, because he took a long time to get going last season, and he's got 2 on the opening day, this one. Alright, I'm going to praise, because this has been a phenomenal performance by us, actually. Took a while to get the goal, but things have gone very, very well. And we are going to make our first couple of changes here in the 66th minute. Denny is going to come off. We're going to bring on Ilya Schwarev on the right-hand side, wing support. And I'm also going to take off Bas van den Eyden, and we're going to put Fredrik Sjølstad on, the Norwegian. Botanovic now to Konatar. He's got Basilio ahead of him. And he goes back to the left back again here. Just a really good performance here. Buono's through. Is this going to be 3-0? No, it takes another deflection, but it's not dead yet. Suarez keeps it in play. And there's Buono. There we go. Matteo Buono on his debut on loan from Atalanta. Gets his goal in our third. What a win this is turning out to be, and what a start. Buono's shot took a block. Suarez kept it in play, kept the attack alive. And there's Buono inside the 6-yard box to poke it in for 3-0. Okay, we're going to make our final change. Vandenberg's tired, so 18-year-old Adriano Haas is going to come on. He did score on his first appearance at the end of last season, so who knows, he might be able to get another one here. And we are comfortably in front here against a very disappointing Kortrijk. Here's Mahu, and then we'll try and do something late on here. Here's a Buifrahi. Irma. Mahu. I think this is the longest they've been on the ball as well. We haven't really seen them in possession in this game. And they might get something late on here, but hopefully we can hold on for the clean sheet. That cross is hopefully not going to be too damaging. It is a header by Yabre, but De Boer has that covered easily. Here's Suarez. Got space to run into in the right flank here. And he can try and maybe put a cross in for Johnson and maybe get a hat-trick. Oh, he is! Guidotti's gone for the ball. He's absolutely missed it. And Johnson has himself a hat-trick on the opening day of the season. And it's Kortrijk 0, Mechelen 4. We didn't win 4-0 all season last year. And we're doing it on the opening day. Suarez makes the run. Guidotti's had an absolute nightmare in goal today. He hasn't really been helped by his defence, but that was really poor. And there's a hat-trick for Johnson. 3 minutes of injury time in what has been a dominant display by KV Mechelen. Kortrijk never really got going. It's Kortrijk 0, Mechelen 4. A hat-trick for Svein Johnson. Outstretched arms, a win and a good performance. Wow. That's one of the best performances we've had all save, let alone just with Mechelen. That was phenomenal. And we would have been top of the league had Club Brugge not won 5-0, because they just have to one-up us, don't they? Because their Good Johnson got 2 goals in the last few minutes there. So fantastic start to the season by us. 3 points, 4 goals, and 3 goals for our striker as well. That'll hopefully give us some momentum to take it into our next few games. We had a really good first half of the season last year, and then it fell apart after Christmas. So hopefully we can keep it going throughout the whole season. But yeah, really good start. And we'll see if we can keep it going. Leuven's our next game. And we've got Genk, Lamel, Charleroi, Bruges. I think Leuven got promoted, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Leuven got promoted. They won the playoffs. Virton were the other team that got promoted. Do they have that goalkeeper with them? Hold on. No, he left a few years ago, but I want to highlight this guy. Jeremy Makiese was a goalkeeper that currently plays for them. He actually represented Belgium in the Eurovision Song Contest the other week, or last week. That's just insane that a player on Football Manager was on Eurovision. They didn't do very well, unfortunately. Belgium didn't get a lot of points at all. But yeah, it's just fun. It's just mad that the guy representing Belgium and singing is actually a goalkeeper as well. I'm a bit of a Eurovision nerd, and I'm so happy to see us do so well this year and get second place. I think Ukraine deserved to win, and not just because of the war. I think it's a really good song. But yeah, I'm so happy for Sam Ryder to get second, because he seems like the nicest, most wholesome person. But the fact that Belgium's player is a goalkeeper in FM, Belgium's vocalist rather, as a player in FM, that's just quite cool to me as well. But that tangent aside, we are going to take on Zulte away from home next episode. The transfer window will be all wrapped up, and we'll be back from an international break as well. We do have some tough games. We do travel to Genk. Our second game off camera. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than the 7-0 we had at the end of the last season. Hopefully we can not lose this too heavily this time round. But Zulte away from home will be the game next episode. We'll see if we can get some more transfers in. Money is a bit tight. I think we definitely need a right-sided player and maybe a bit of backup in centre mid and centre back, but we'll see what happens. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, leave comments and subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Fantastic start to the season, a 4-0 away win and a hat-trick for Johnson. Can't really go much better than that. Really strong start. We'll see if we can keep it going. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.